So if you've ever watched my videos, you'll know that I absolutely love the medical assistant career. And I pretty much recommend it all the time. Over 100,000 jobs are projected for medical assistants each year. Hospitals need them, clinics are desperate for them, and specialty practices are hiring them constantly. So whether you live in a major city or a small town, medical assistants are just in demand everywhere. And the best thing is that you can start towards this career in just a few months. So if anybody wants to pursue a career in healthcare, I can recommend medical assisting all day long. Now, but recently I saw this comment, medical assistant is a dead-end job? So initially, I just laughed and thought, wow, what an ignorant statement and attitude. But then I wondered, what if someone actually believed that? What if this random, ignorant statement creates doubts in someone's mind about this amazing career opportunity? So today, I'm setting the record straight once and for all. Medical assisting isn't a dead-end job. It's far from it. Medical assisting gives you instant access to opportunities that others spend years trying to reach. Think about nursing students who have to stay in school for years. Now, meanwhile, as a medical assistant or MA, you can start your career within months, working with real patients, learning real procedures, and building relationships with doctors, surgeons, and administrators who can open doors to opportunities that most people never even hear about. Medical assisting is an incredible career on its own, but it can also become your launching pad for management positions, specialized roles, and careers that could pay $60,000, $70,000, even $80,000 annually. So in this video, I'm gonna cover the 5 career paths that could open up after you've become a medical assistant. Hey guys, I'm Grant, and I've been featured in publications like Forbes, Bloomberg, and USA Today for my work in making education more affordable. You know, my mission is to help busy adults like you discover meaningful healthcare careers where you can make a real difference. All right, so here are the 5 career paths that could open up once you start working as a medical assistant. Career path number 1, high-paying specializations. So most people think that all medical assistants do the same basic tasks. Not true. Medical assistants can specialize in specific areas of medicine, and these specialized roles could pay significantly more while giving you the expertise that makes you incredibly valuable. Now, when you're starting out, you'll most likely be a general medical assistant doing routine tasks, but with some experience, you could become a specialist working directly with doctors in high-demand fields. All right, let's talk about some examples. Dermatology medical assistants assist with surgical procedures, laser treatments, and cosmetic procedures. You're working in high-end practices with patients who pay premium prices for specialized care. Think Botox injections and skin cancer removals and advanced cosmetic treatments. Orthopedic medical assistants work with sports medicine doctors, helping professional athletes recover from injuries. You're learning about advanced rehabilitation techniques, cutting-edge treatment methods, and working with people whose careers depend on getting back to that peak performance. Now, here's what makes this incredible. Specialized medical assistants typically could earn $5,000 to $15,000 more than entry-level medical assistants. And the best part, you can learn these specializations on the job. So no additional schooling, no extra debt. You get paid while you're becoming an expert in high-demand areas of healthcare that most people need years of training to understand. Career path number 2, leadership and management positions. Now here's something that most people never consider. Medical practices need leaders who actually understand healthcare operations. So as a medical assistant, you see how everything works. Patient flow, insurance processes, staff coordination, equipment management. You understand the daily challenges that most managers only read about in reports. That's why medical assistants often get promoted to lead medical assistant positions, supervising other staff and training those new employees. You can move into supervisor roles where you're managing teams and you're overseeing the daily operations. And the ultimate goal is to become and office manager. These positions typically pay close to 6 figures annually, and you're essentially running the business side of healthcare. You're making decisions about staffing, about budgets, patient flow, and practice efficiency. Medical practices love promoting from within because you already know the systems, you already know the patients, you already know the culture. You're not some outsider hired trying to figure out how healthcare actually works. You've lived it from the ground up. Career path number 3, clinical career transitions. Now, once you're working as a medical assistant, you've got direct pathways into other clinical careers throughout healthcare. Your experience gives you a massive advantage over people trying to break into these fields from the outside. Want to become a nurse? Well, you already understand patient care, medical terminology, and clinical procedures. So while nursing students are learning these concepts in textbooks, you've been living them every day in real healthcare settings. Interested in medical coding? You've seen the diagnoses, the procedures, and the insurance claims firsthand. You understand how medical coding actually impacts patient care and the practice revenue. That practical knowledge is invaluable when you're learning the technical aspects. Surgical technology is another natural transition. You've observed procedures, you understand sterile techniques, and you know how operating rooms function. You've got the practical knowledge that classroom students simply don't possess. And there are several other positions like radiology tech or medical lab technician and respiratory therapy. And the good news is that your medical assistant background gives you a massive head start in any of these fields. You're not guessing what these careers are really like. You've worked alongside these professionals. You've seen their daily responsibilities. You know which direction is going to appeal to you the most. By the way, guys, before I move ahead, as I mentioned earlier, you could start towards a medical assistant career in as little as 6 months. I tell people all the time, you don't have to go back to school or get into student loan debt. There's now a better approach that allows you to get your medical assistant training online for a very low cost. So I've created a free masterclass where I share all the details about this approach. I've added a link for this free masterclass down below in the description. If you want to start your career as a medical assistant and you want to do it faster, then make sure you check out the free masterclass. The link is down below. All right, let's get back to these career opportunities that an MA career could present, because the next two might be the most surprising of all. Career path number 4, corporate healthcare opportunities. Large healthcare systems and insurance companies need people who understand healthcare from the ground up. These massive organizations have discovered that hiring people with real medical assistant experience is far more valuable than bringing in business graduates who've never worked in an actual healthcare setting. I mean, think about it. When a corporate executive needs to understand how new policies will affect patient care, they need someone who's actually been in there. When they're analyzing patient satisfaction or operational efficiency, they need people who know what really happens on the front lines. This creates incredible opportunities for experienced medical assistants to move into specialized corporate roles throughout these organizations. One major area is policy and analysis work. You could become a policy analyst, helping develop guidelines that actually make sense for real healthcare settings. These positions could typically pay upwards of $70,000 annually because you bring practical knowledge that can't be taught in some business school. Now, another growing field is operations and efficiency improvement. Operations specialists work to improve the workflow and efficiency across multiple healthcare facilities. Since you understand how patient flow actually works, well, you can identify the problems and the solutions that these desk-bound analysts just miss entirely. Large-scale project management is another natural fit for experienced medical assistants. Healthcare project managers oversee major initiatives like new technology implementations or process improvements. These corporate roles often come with excellent benefits, opportunities for advancement, and the chance to impact healthcare on a much larger scale than in individual medical practices. And career path number 5, education and training careers. Now, if you want to stay close to the medical assistant field, but don't want to handle the daily stress of patient care, well, teaching and training could be your perfect next step. The healthcare industry is experiencing massive growth, and that growth has created a serious problem. There aren't enough qualified instructors to train all the new medical assistants that hospitals and clinics desperately need. This shortage has created incredible opportunities for experienced medical assistants to move into education and training roles. You get to use all of your knowledge and experience without the pressure of that direct patient care or insurance or that fast-paced environment of medical offices. Now, the beauty of education and training roles is that you're not just building your own career, you're helping create the next generation of healthcare professionals who will provide better patient care. All right, well, these 5 career paths show you just how many directions that medical assisting can take you. Medical assisting is an incredible career on its own. Great pay, job security, meaningful work, but it could also lead to so many other opportunities if that's what you want. It gives you a ton of options. That's the important part. Now, you might be wondering, Grant, this all sounds great, but how do I actually become a medical assistant? What's the fastest way to get started? Well, guys, that's exactly why I created a free masterclass where I share a step-by-step blueprint on how to become a medical assistant. Inside the masterclass, I share all the details about a proven approach that's helping busy adults nationwide start towards their dream careers in healthcare without going back to school and without having to go into debt. Plus, I also share the exact requirements you need to meet as an entry-level medical assistant. An honest comparison of different training options from traditional colleges to modern online programs. How to get a university certificate for your medical assistant training, but without having to go back to school and without a big price tag. And how to gain real-life clinical experience even if you're a complete beginner. Look, guys, if you're serious about pursuing this career, well, then this masterclass will teach you how to get there faster and cheaper. I highly recommend that you watch my free masterclass. It's absolutely free, and I've shared the link down below in the description. Well, that's all I have for today. And if this video changed how you see medical assisting, well, smash that like button. It really helps us grow the channel. Until next time, this was Grant signing off. Take care.